Right, let's crack on and please give a wild welcome to Charlie George.
Dead lovely, isn't it? It's 2019. The future has arrived. Year of the strong women. Yeah, we can do anything now, can't we? Can do it like a brother, do it like a dude, be a CEO, do it all, be it all, have it all. Strong women! What about sort of weak-willed, tired women? What about us? Yeah. I actually once cried for the whole length of the Northern Line. Didn't get a tissue out until High Barnet. That's a kind of strength, isn't it? Anyway, it's lovely to see you. It's so nice to be here. My name is Charlie George. Yeah, that's my actual name. Yeah, doesn't really scream brown lady, does it? Yeah. I'd love to unveil some kind of exotic cultural background for you all. It's just that I was raised in Swindon by a white woman made entirely of Pinot Grigio and Spam. I was raised by my single-parent, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Daily Mail reading, Jehovah's Witness mum. Get in! It wasn't all bad growing up with an angry white mum, though. You know, you could play games that only work with a racial difference. Like, I used to play this game where I pretend to be trafficked. Have you played it before? So we slowly wind the window down in a public car park and just mouth, "Help me!" Strangers. Right laugh. Well, so everyone at school, right, be like, "Charlie, who is that white lady who drops you off every day?" Be like, "Dunno." The help. Yeah. I'm actually half Indian, half white, which technically, right, makes me dual heritage. Sounds a bit like a posh battery, doesn't it? What it actually means is in the 80s, my dad had ideas above his station. Yeah, but like all batteries, he ran out. So now, whenever I'm asked the classic mixed race question, "Where are you from, love?" I just go, "The idea you can save a marriage?" But yeah, I've been trying to sort out my negative thinking, right, by getting into the mindfulness. Are you guys familiar with the mindfulness? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's where you sort of look inside your mind and you go, "Oh, fuck." And then you try not to make it worse. So I've been listening to these positive affirmations, right? And I was listening to some on the tube the other day when I made eyes with this really beautiful woman. And yeah, no one's straight anymore. And she started smiling back at me, right? And I thought for a minute that we'd had a real connection. And then she just started laughing in my face. And I realised then that my headphones weren't plugged in. And my phone had just been blaring to the entire carriage, "You are an intelligent and likeable human being." I didn't believe it, neither did she. I first knew I was into women, right, when I was younger, and I was forced to knock on the door of this girl I fancied at school and sell her God, yeah. I like to call this story "Knock, Knock, Knocking on Hazel's Door." I remember being really embarrassed, right, because my mum was stood at the end of the path, ready to assess my performance. And I'd been forced to wear this floor-length skirt because God hates my sexy ankles. Look at them, horrendously sexy. Cannot wear sandals anymore, just stand up pregnant, right? But there I was on this doorstep, trembling with the Watchtower and Awake magazines, yeah. Now, if you're not familiar with the Watchtower and Awake, guys, high-end biblical literature, classic titles, such as "Is Life Worth Living?" No, thanks, Mum. And I remember doing that knock, you know. Don't be in. Don't be in. Don't be in. And then Hazel slowly opened the door. Oh, Hazel. Right, I don't know if you remember your first crush, right, but my first crush was Hazel. She was amazing. She was white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. She was essentially my mum, but with a different vagina, so I was allowed to try and fuck her. Yeah. If I'm honest, Hazel was just one in a long line of straight girls whose hair I've braided and sniffed. As they've complained to me about their boyfriends. But, you know, I never had a big kind of sexuality conversation with my mum. You know, we're British. She just discovered it in what we now call the infamous fingering incident of 1999. I don't know if you've ever had to be collected early from a sleepover before. I don't know what's worse, right? The phone call or the silent ride home. Trying to resist the urge to sniff your fingers. Look, I'm not going to leave you on that note. I'm going to leave you on a positive affirmation, right? Because you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll get over it. I'm going to leave you on a positive affirmation because I did actually get kicked out for my sexuality in my teens, right? And we need positive affirmations in this day and age. I'm going to leave you with this. You can take this one from me. When shit happens, turn it into fertilizer and grow yourself a bigger bush. Amen. Thanks.